basically the kind of premise of this podcast is that I am on my own journey toward living my life in bold and asking people what boldness means to them and like how they envision authenticity and like courage and all of that stuff showing up in their life. And it's so cool to ask performers that because performers like inherently are bold by getting up on stage, and so many people can't do that or won't do that or like want to do it and don't. So like, what does it mean to you, and how does it make you feel to be bold?
Yeah, I think, for me, boldness is just doing things that scare me.
Yeah.
Because I just want to do them, and I think I've experienced that in every stage of my life. I'm still experiencing it.
Yeah.
I think probably the first iterations of that were like playing those talent shows, and you could probably tell how like nervous and awkward I was.
No, you looked great.
Oh, thank you. Shout out to Beyonce for giving me great material to just shout out to Beyonce.
Shout out to Beyonce on episode 69 of Life in Bold. You know, we love you, Beyonce.
We know you're watching.
Yes.
I think, and again, I keep coming back to this anecdote, but just I'll never forget my first time going to Restless Open Mic in Astoria, and like being like I didn't know anyone there.
Oh really?
Yeah,
nobody.
I didn't know anyone there.
And how'd you hear of it?
Because it's hosted at Chateau Le Boeuf, which is kind of that's my cafe. I go there every day.
Okay,
So you know, I'm always in the area.
Yeah.
But I had never gone to that specific open mic. And
oh, that's awesome.
And this was probably like 2021. So all those songs I've been writing during COVID, like I finally had a chance to try them out.
Yeah.
And I remember being super nervous. Not super nervous, but just a little nervous, and it was
antsy.
A little antsy, and was like kind of to myself when I first got there, because it seemed like people kind of already had their friend groups. And but what immediately disarmed me, someone you may know, JC the Poet. He's one of the hosts of Restless Open Mic, and he immediately came up to me and introduced himself, and just was so kind, and has been such a supporter of everything I do to this day. So that's when I was like, okay, cool. I feel like I'm in a good space, and I very quickly made some of the best friends I've ever made.
So good. And what did you perform? What did you sing on that night? Do you remember?
That first open mic, I'm pretty sure. I usually do 2 songs there. I'm pretty sure I did Underlight, which is like the first official Ghost Tour song. I'm not quite sure what else. I know for sure that was it. It was probably something else that's on our first EP. Maybe a Now I'm Falling, maybe Spectre. But yeah, because I think I was just getting ready to put Underlight out, which was basically the start of Ghost Tour.
That's so cool.
So it was probably that, and maybe 1 or 2 other things.
Yeah, that is so cool. I just love I love the group that is kind of like, I love that I have like a musical side of the group and and a comedy side of the group, and then like I am the center of it all.
You're the bridge. Yeah. As to that point, oh no, I do remember the other song I played now. I covered a Boy Genius song.
Oh,
Me and My Dog, one of my favorite songs.
Oh, yeah.
And I vividly remember that because immediately our friends Julia and Nicole perked up. And we're like, oh, we like that too. And they did their improv thing and just blew me away.
Funny.
So that was one of those moments like, oh, cool, I'm amongst my people. Like we have things in common.
Yeah, it is so good. And it does feel like it kind of formed, in the last 5 years, and I really appreciate being part of that. And I agree that like being bold is really just kind of going after what you want, and when you feel that something is scary. Like one of the things that I talk about with boldness is like choosing challenge and being like, okay, this is challenging, but I'm going to do it. Like that to me is like pretty much the crux of like boldness. And then there was something funny that happened actually. It's not funny actually. It's not funny, but it to me was funny because I never considered myself this way. But like, I got a DM from like a casting director or like a casting agency or whatever. And they were like, hey, like we saw your videos and we think you would be a great person to like audition for a regional tour of Mrs. Doubtfire as the lead role. And I was like, I just never thought of myself as like Mrs. Doubtfire.
Sure.
And the story basically is like, I immediately was like, oh, I'll never get that. I can't do that. Like I have no training. I've never done this, whatever. And I was like, no, Ben, don't be the one to say no for them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And like, you can't get cut off with me. I can't be my own biggest hater.
100%. Yeah, that's for them to decide if you're not good enough.
Yeah, like exactly. And they might, because I don't have a lot of experience in literally Broadway, and like
but why not try?
Yeah, and now I have a different reason for not trying, which is that it's a ton of work.
That is way more valid than any self-doubt. I will always I will always discourage not wanting to do anything. I relate to so deeply.
I don't want to work.
Yes. No.
They did send it.
It seems like no one does anymore.
No,
that's
no one wants to work anymore. Yeah. Get your fucking ass up and work.
God. It used to be a proper country.
I know, exactly. But they did send me like the materials for it, and I would have to like prepare a song, and I would have to do 2 scenes, which is actually pretty standard, but they only gave me like 3 days to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And Mrs. Doubtfire is a very, very, very complex character. Like, not only do you have to play the dad and Mrs. Doubtfire, but each of those characters, A, have different like accents and stuff, and then B, like the dad is an entertainer, like, who has characters. And anyway, all of this to say, I think it was very bold of me to be able to like change that mindset and to be able to be like, no, Ben, like, you can't be the one to be like, no, you're never gonna get that. You can't say no to yourself that way.
You can't.
And I think I did that a lot in my 20s of not performing, because I knew I wanted to do comedy, but it was a mix of like lacking a little bit of boldness, but also a mix of like not having anything to say yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I would do stuff, but like now that I have like gone to therapy and stuff.
Yeah, that's a huge difference maker for sure.
I've like gone to therapy, and I've gotten deeper within myself. Like, as funny as my songs are, they're also very like deep and authentic to like my real stories. And so I just find that to be what boldness means to me.
100%.